Are you tired of working long hours just to make somebody else's dream come true? Do you spend your days watching the clock waiting for your shift to end? I understand exactly how that feels because I was once in your position too. Every day you go to work thinking about all the things you could be doing instead. Maybe you're really good at helping others. Maybe you're good at helping them improve themselves. Perhaps you have a special knowledge that could make a real difference in people's lives. Or maybe you have skills that could be worth so much more if you use it for yourself. I want to tell you something really important. You don't have to stay in this situation. You can take your skills and build something that's truly your own, something where you are in control. In this video, I'm going to share my journey from juggling bartending and delivering shifts to landing my first remote position without any prior experience. You will discover the exact steps that allowed me to transition from exhausting physical work to earning money from anywhere around the world. And best of all, I will show you how to do this without starting a business, without any special qualification, and most importantly, while having the flexibility to live life on your own terms. This isn't about entrepreneurship or building a company. It's about finding a remote work opportunity that can transform your life. Just like it did to me. Whether you're working late nights, like I did, doing deliveries between shifts, or just feeling stuck in your current situation, this works for people exactly like you. I will show you how to position yourself to stand out, even without traditional experience, and start making money from the comfort of your home. And here's the best part. I'm sharing all this information with you for free. There are no hidden costs. I simply want to give you real useful information that has helped me become more independent. You might wonder why I'm doing this. The first reason is that I remember exactly what it felt like to be stuck, to wish that the weekends were longer, to know I could be doing more, but feeling afraid to leave my job because of my regular paycheck. The second reason is because I believe in helping others first. I know there's a lot of people out there trying to sell you things straight out the gate, but I want to show you what is possible when somebody can guide you and direct you towards the right direction. So let me introduce myself. My name is Thiago Duarte. I'm the co-founder of The Closer Lab. Before I show you how to transition into remote work that actually pays you really well, let me share something with you. 8 years ago, my life was shattered. In an instant, I was ripped away from everything that I built in the UK. I got deported. I didn't have the right and the proper documentation. In a matter of hours, I went from living my life to being treated like a criminal, handcuffed, detained, and forced onto a plane back to a place that I barely remember. Imagine being sent back to your hometown, a place that you barely could remember. It became foreign to you. After a decade away, a ghost town filled with memories of a person I no longer was. The streets felt different. The faces were unfamiliar. Everything I had worked for, every relationship I had built, every dream that I chased, it was gone, all in an instant. I found myself drowning in the darkness. I never knew something like that existed. With no direction, no support system, and no clear path forward, I turned myself into substances to numb the pain. Each day blurred into the next as I tried desperately to escape a reality I couldn't barely face it. It was so difficult. This wasn't just a deportation. It was an exile. It wasn't just starting over. It was being forced to rebuild from the ashes I didn't actually create. Every morning, I woke up to the crushing weight of a single question. Do I even begin to piece my life back together? But life has a way of showing you new paths when you least expect it. During those difficult times, I found unexpected guidance in self-help books, such as The Way of a Superior Man, The Secret, Is Never Crowded Along the Extra Mile, and many more. Initially, super skeptical, I began to realize that these books weren't just offering empty promises. They were providing practical tools to rebuild my life and my confidence. I decided to replace my destructive habits with something positive, and fitness became my anchor. The gym offered structured and measurable progress when everything else felt uncertain. The discipline I developed through working out started to spill away into other areas of my life. With a clear mindset, I took on 2 jobs, splitting my time between restaurant work and deliveries. Every day was long and challenging, but I had a purpose now, saving money to invest in my future. I knew I needed a guidance from somebody who had walked the path I wanted to take. That's when I made what turned out to be the best decision of my life. Investing all my savings into a mentor who saw my true potential. What started as a professional relationship evolved into something more. And today, that same mentor is my business partner, Frank. Looking back, that difficult period after my deportation, while incredibly challenging, led me to where I am today. It taught me that sometimes what feels like your lowest point in life can actually be the beginning of something better. Since then, Frank and I have spent the last decade mastering the high ticket sales across every position imaginable. From being a setter to leading entire sales teams and departments. I have even consulted for nine-figure companies, helping them optimize their sales process. But here's what matters for you. I have discovered a proven system that helps people like you land remote sales positions, even without prior experience. What makes this video different is that I'm not going to give you some generic advice about updating your LinkedIn profile or sending out hundreds and hundreds of applications. Instead, I'm going to share with you the exact same strategy that has helped hundreds and hundreds of people to make that transition into the high ticket space, more specifically in the coaching, consulting, and course creation space. Even though these principles can work in any industry, I have found 100% success rate in these niches. So that's why we're going to focus on that today. The best part, this isn't about starting your own business or becoming an entrepreneur, like I've mentioned before. It's all about positioning yourself to land legitimate, high-paying remote sales position where you can actually earn some serious money from anywhere around the world. So what is the high-ticket sales space? High-ticket sales represents online opportunities where one can make significant amount of money by selling premium online products or service, ranging from $2,000 to $30,000 a deal. This consists of two key players working together, setter and closers. A setter acts like a professional matchmaker, qualifying potential clients, booking appointments, and warming up leads, typically earning $100 to $500 per qualified appointment, plus a base salary. Closers, on the other hand, they are the superstars. They are the ones jumping into calls, having final conversations, building rapport, overcoming clients' objections, and allowing them and coaching them through the investment. Their commission are super impressive, ranging from 10% to 50% of the sale price, meaning on a $5,000 program, they could pocket $500 or $2,500 per successful sale. Popular high-ticket niches include online coaching, business, health, relationship coaching, fitness training, investing, things like that. You can also find digital marketing service like marketing funnels, SEO, social media management, and many other online courses. The overall process involves marketing to generate leads, setters qualifying and scheduling appointments, and closers conducting the final conversation that translates into the final sale. Now, to be successful in this field, it requires building genuine relationships, focusing on solving clients' problems, developing a strong communication skills, learning how to handle objections, and maintaining a persistent and positive attitude towards the sales process. So now that you have a rough understanding of how the high-ticket industry works, I'm going to jump into the most common mistakes that I see people make when they're trying to make a transition. So let's start with the three biggest obstacles that keep people stuck in the current situation. Number one, lack of direction. When you are working long hours just to pay the bills, it's super hard to see the bigger picture. Most people jump from one job application to another without a clear strategy. Think of it like this: applying to 100 wrong positions instead of focusing on the top 10 ones that actually match your potential. Number two, lack of a system. If I ask you right now, do you have a structured approach on finding a remote work? Can you tell me exactly what are the steps that you're taking each day to make that happen? Is it something that you could potentially teach somebody else? Most people would say no. Do you know why? Because they're just randomly browsing job boards hoping that something sticks. And number three, lack of positioning your skills. This is a big one. Almost everyone I talk to say the same thing. They can't get interviewed because they don't have experience. But here's the truth. You don't need years of experience if you know how to position yourself with your current existing skills correctly. The problem is nobody ever taught you how to translate your current skills into what these companies are actually looking for. Now, to keep this video super focused, let's dive into the biggest problem I see: the lack of direction. Just like we can get comfortable in our uncomfortable situations, it's very easy to fall into what I call comfort zone debt. When you're trying to transition into a remote work, you know what you want. You want something better. You want something better for your family, but the familiar just feels safer to you. Here's the truth that changed my life. Anywhere there is uncertainty, there is paralysis in action. Remember that. It's the main reason why most people stay stuck in jobs that they hate, because they're afraid of making the wrong move or wasting time pursuing the wrong opportunity. We have all heard about fight or flight, but there is a third response that's actually more common. It's freeze. It's not just fight or flight. It's fight, flight, or freeze. This is why perfectly capable people stay stuck in dead-end jobs for years. It's what stops talented individuals from applying for positions that they aren't actually qualified for. Is what keeps you delivering food when you could be earning 10 times more working remotely. Is what actually causes people to stay stuck in their comfort zone even when they are miserable. But I understand the hesitation. If you don't know what high ticket companies are looking for or which of your current skills translate to closing big deals, how can you confidently take the next step? It all comes down to clarity. Clarity builds confidence. Confidence leads to closing deals. And closing deals is your number one job when you're transitioning into high ticket remote sales. So let's get specific about what actually matters here. If we were working with you directly, the first thing we would focus on is aligning your existing customer service or sales experience with what premium companies are actually looking for. We would clarify your approach to high ticket conversations and create a data-driven plan for handling consultations that convert into 5K plus deals. And then we would jump into what we like to call your value proposition. Your value proposition in high ticket sales isn't just about the number of calls you can handle or your ability to follow a script. It's about your ability to guide meaningful conversations that lead to significant investments. For example, if you have worked in retail sales, your value proposition isn't I help customers find products or I proceed transactions. Instead, it's something like I consistently turn browsing customers into buyers by understanding their deeper needs, resulting in a 40% higher average sale value than my peers. Notice how specific that was? It focused on the exact skill that translates to closing high ticket deals remotely. This brings us to something super important that most people don't think about when they're trying to get into the high ticket sales. Knowing how to position yourself in the market. You don't need tons of experience or fancy degrees. What you need is an understanding on how to present what you already know. When you're trying to learn these high ticket sales roles, you need to understand two super important things: target market and target audience. Think of these as your GPS to success. Your target market is basically like picking which game you want to play. It's about knowing exactly which business segment you are focusing on. Things like what stage they're at, what industry they're in, and how much money they make. This is exactly what makes a company want to hire you. So here's what I want you to do right now. Grab your phone or notebook and write down these three things. What kind of people do you deal with in your current job? What problems do you help them fix? How do you help them make decisions? Because here's the truth about high ticket sales. It's not about being pushy or salesy. It's about understanding people and helping them find solutions that actually make their lives better. And I bet you're already doing that to someone right now. You just haven't realized how valuable it is yet. Now, do you know what these companies are really looking for? They are not looking for people with decades of experience or fancy degrees. They are looking for people who understand something fundamental. High ticket sales is about transformation, not transaction. Let me explain what I mean by that. When I was working in the restaurants, I wasn't just taking orders. I was helping people have a great experience with their family and friends. When I was doing delivery, I wasn't just dropping packages. I was making people's lives easier. Every job you have had so far has taught you something about helping people transform their situation into something better. Here's how to present your skills in a way that gets companies excited. Number one, focus on results, not tasks. Instead of saying, I handle customer service, talk about how you have helped solve people's problems in the past. For example, I consistently turn unhappy customers into loyal ones by really listening to their concerns and finding creative solutions. Number two, highlight your problem-solving skills. Remember those difficult situations at work that you handle super easily? Those are gold. Companies want to know how you think and how you can help them on complex situations. And number three, show them your communication skills. If you have explained complicated things in simple terms to someone or have helped someone make an important decision, that's exactly what high ticket sales is you coaching people through their indecision and allowing them to see a better opportunity and a better solution. Now, let me walk you through what a proper high ticket sales process actually looks like. Number one, lead generation phase. This is where marketing brings in potential clients. These people are actively looking for a solution that can solve their problems. They usually have watched videos like this one that I'm giving it to you right now, or read some content, or engaged with ads, or reached out through DMs. Number two, vetting a call. This is where the setter comes into play. This is super important and is crucial for every business. It's not just about scheduling an appointment. A good setter needs to confirm that the prospect is a good fit for the company. He needs to ensure that the prospect has enough resources to be able to invest in the program. He also needs to make sure that the expectations are clear and set for the next call. Number three, the discovery call. This is where the closers come into play. This is where the real magic happens. In this call, you need to build genuine rapport. You need to dig deeper into current situation. You need to uncover true motivation, uncover true pain, and you actually have to coach the prospect through indecision. In that same call, we have to present the solution. This isn't about pitching. It's about showing them exactly how their life will improve with your product or service. Present a customized solution based in their specific needs, showing clear ROIs and value. Addressing concern and being proactive is about painting a vivid picture of their transformed future. In the same call, you have the close. And this is what you get paid for as a closer. You need to handle objections with empathy. You have to celebrate with them. You have to use storytelling, and you have to make sure that they can see that path forward once they make that transaction with you. Here's what most people don't realize about this process. Every step is about building trust and adding value. It's not about pressure or manipulation. It's about actually wanting to help people. It's about changing people's lives and actually delivering on what they were promised. Look, I know making this transition can feel overwhelming. I remember sitting in my apartment after those long double shifts, wondering if I could really make this happen. But here's what I want you to understand. You already have most of the skills you need. You just need to learn how to apply them in the right way. Every person I have helped make this transition had the same doubts you might have right now. But you know what? They all had something in common. They took action. They decided that their dreams were worth more than their fears. Now, if you're ready to take the next steps and see if the high ticket sale is right for you, I would like to invite you to book a free strategy call with one of our experts. This isn't a sales call. It's genuinely an opportunity to get a personalized assessment of your current skills. Discover which high-ticket niche best matches your experience. Create a custom roadmap for you to be able to understand how to make this transition into the remote sales world. Learn about opportunities that might be perfect for you, and also have your questions answered by somebody who actually has helped hundreds and hundreds of people make that change. Here's how you can do this. Click the button below here and book a demo call with one of our team members. Choose a time that fits your schedule. Fill out a brief questionnaire so we can actually make the most of our time together. Show up to that call ready to explore your possibilities. Remember, this is a completely free call and there's no obligations. Just like this video is about helping you see what's possible and creating a clear path forward. Don't let another day go by wondering what if. Click below, schedule a call with one of our team members, and let's explore how we can help you. Let's create that freedom that you've been looking for. I really appreciate you taking the time to watching this, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.